Hive Humans, Breezy here, and if you didn't know, it's totally near the end of January. It's like January 29th. And how's my New Year's resolution going to make a vlog once a week? You know how it's going. Swell! I can tell you good news though. I have been going to Planet Fitness and working on my fitness. I've been like doing all the squats, and I've been working on aspects of myself that I've always wanted to improve on in a healthy way. Last time we talked, I announced my Patreon. A few other things are in the works, and if you want full details on those project reveals, head over to my Patreon and sign up and become a supporter. Become a space supporter to get that secret video, or just look over the tiers and find out the best way that works for you to support this mission. There are a few reasons why I haven't been releasing a vlog every week. I've been creating boundaries for myself. I've been working on what it means for me to be a sexual being and at the same time create healthy boundaries for strangers to approach me. This is going to make a lot of sense and be a very important conversation a little bit later down the line. Right now, I would like to share with you my story about benevolent sexism and how it's important to create boundaries. I have with me some notes to help me explain to you what benevolent sexism is. These are studies that were done by psychologists all around the world. So let's define benevolent sexism. This occurs when someone says something that seems supportive and positive, but is based in traditional gender stereotypes. Now, we can all think of some traditional gender stereotypes for women. Here's an example of benevolent sexism if it comes from a woman. Wow, David, you're so strong. You're such a strong man. Thanks for lifting that thing. While it sounds supportive, it's actually causing some physical responses within the person who's receiving the benevolent sexism. Benevolent sexism can be disorienting to the person because it may appear supportive while simultaneously reinforcing and extolling the virtues of traditional gender roles. Now, when we reinforce traditional gender roles, responsibilities, and capabilities, this reinforces that idea of inequality through the idolization of subordinate qualities, such as neatness or nurturing from women. Now, benevolent sexism affords men the means of seeming to offer support to women while still maintaining traditional gender hierarchy. I experienced this through the very simple statement of a man telling me that I was a credit to the female race. First of all, female race is not a thing. Race is not a thing, it's a construct. That statement was kind of wrong for many, many reasons, but it struck me and it stuck with me, and it made me not want to have an interaction with that person again. And I realized it was because if I challenged that person, I might become a bitch. I might become that outspoken black woman. I might become a stereotype, a negative stereotype of women. And I didn't want to be that. So while his comment came from his space of compassion, it came from a space of innocence for him, it definitely didn't feel that way for me. What I'm describing is called a double bind. The Fox complementary tone of benevolent sexism means that perpetrators are often seen in a positive light and are unlikely to be labeled as sexist. So conversely, women who reject this idea of benevolent sexism are judged negatively as cold or having a chip on their shoulder. This means that a lot of benevolent sexism goes unnoticed and unchallenged. This is important because I value how I look. I value my appearance. I don't want to downgrade it. I definitely don't want to hide it. I want to express it. That's why I'm wearing my ears today. I want to express myself. I don't want to make myself smaller because of how other people are going to respond to that. While I know that I dress for attention, I want to be able to understand what that attention is going to look like when it comes towards me, and I want to be able to understand it enough to know how to respond appropriately to it. So when he said, "You're a credit to the female race," I can say, you know what, being pleasant to someone, smiling at them, being nice to them, those are qualities anyone can express. It doesn't mean that I'm an exemplary specimen of the female race. How ridiculous does that sound? But it took a hold of my mental state to the point where I was like, should I say something? Should I not say something? Will I be seen like this? Will I not be seen like this? Even though it sounds nice, there are physical responses that you can't see in the body. Studies have shown that there are cardiovascular indicators of challenged or threatened psychological states after receiving these comments. It causes the stress response to spike. Putting my notes aside, after learning all of this, I realized I have power and control over how I respond to these things. things because I don't want to be a victim. I want to be able to dress the way I want to dress and then be able to respond to those comments in an appropriate way. Feel empowered to respond to those comments in an appropriate way. I have since found some phrases that have worked for me. I've worked with some other individuals in my life in order to be more clear on my boundaries. After I shared my story, researching that has prepared me for the next step in my business and in my personal expression. Thank you for joining me on today's vlog, and I thank you for joining me. We're going to end this adventure here. We're going to start a whole new thing. So next episode is going to be part of season 2. Season 2 of the Golden Gaian Adventure. So there's lots of behind the scenes life stuff that's going on right now that you also don't know about. But I just felt like sharing the benevolent sexism thing with you. If you benefited from any of that information, please post in the comments below. Share your story. Share this information with somebody who might benefit from it. Or share it with somebody that you don't like and you want to let them know that you're watching them and they better cut out their BS. I wrote a more detailed analysis of benevolent sexism and how it applies to my life on my blog. So you can go to my website, goldengaian.com, find it on my blog pieces. This is where I'm going to end today's video. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And until next time, High Vibe humans, stay healthy, stay light, and don't give up the fight. Breezy out.